adrenaline junkies, welcome to Mind Rush. This is where chaos meets speed, and every second is a pulse-pounding ride you won't want to miss. We've got mind-blowing chases, insane stunts, and non-stop action that'll have you glued to the screen. Ready to feel the rush? In Baltimore, Maryland, there was a local legend who went by many names. Some knew him as the millionaire businessman, but most recognized him as Batman. Lenny Robinson wasn't just your average guy. He was known for dressing up as the Caped Crusader and making hospital visits to sick children. His mission? To teach terminally ill kids how to fight just like Batman fights. And he didn't just show up in any old Batsuit. Lenny rolled up in a custom Lamborghini, transformed into a Batmobile, just like you'd see in the movies. It wasn't a gimmick. It was his charity, his passion, and his way of bringing hope to kids in need. Lenny became a beloved local icon. March 2012, a routine traffic stop in Silver Spring, Maryland. When officers ran Lenny's information, everything checked out. No criminal record, nothing strange. Turns out Lenny was a self-made millionaire, having built his cleaning business from the ground up, starting it when he was in high school. The whole Batman thing? It started when Lenny's eldest son got into superheroes. Lenny decided to buy the costume and the custom Batmobile to make a difference in kids' lives. From that moment on, Batman wasn't just a costume, it was his calling. The officers, having a good laugh about the whole thing, even posed for pictures with Batman.
So, okay, Batman. Okay. You done thinking?
Okay.
How are you? Nice to meet you. Good.
Hey, Jerome. Hey, do you mind if we take a picture of you?
When I was in high school, I started a cleaning company. Yeah? I got buildings and schools and so forth. And I worked day and night with setting people with several colleges. And now Batman, my youngest son got into big Batman. And like, and then I got the cops too and the car and so forth. Well, you take care of yourself. Thank you.
This video exploded on the internet, and Lenny's charity, Superheroes for Kids, went from a small local nonprofit to a national phenomenon. Sadly, news of Lenny's passing in 2015 broke everyone's heart. Just 3 years after this iconic video, Lenny tragically lost his life in a car accident on Interstate 70, outside of Big Pool, Maryland. Outside of being Batman, Lenny was also a huge Baltimore Ravens fan. After his death, Ravens legend Ray Lewis tweeted, "The world lost a special spirit, a true living angel. Lenny Robinson will always remain in my heart. Baltimore Batman." Police chases are always dangerous, but running at night? That ramps up the risk by a whole lot. On May 14th, 2022, Arkansas State Trooper Jacob Price got a call about a suspicious Camaro in the area. After a few quick U-turns, Trooper Price boxed the Camaro in, trying to pull the suspect over. But, as you can probably guess, the suspect had other plans. He wasn't sticking around.
He is right there. Let's see. He might be fixing to run. This Camaro.
019 X-ray Frank Robert.
Put your hands out of the car.
The Camaro hit 130 miles per hour, quickly putting significant distance gap between itself and Trooper Price's cruiser. Price is struggling to keep up, and for several minutes, the suspect completely disappears from sight. Trooper Price almost catches up at a gas station, but the suspect pulls away yet again. Now the chase is at 150 miles per hour. They blow past civilian cars with nothing but their headlights lighting up the dark road, but Trooper Price is relentless. As the chase hits the 10-minute mark, he's closing in. The next time he gets a chance, he's ready to end this pursuit once and for all.
Let me see your hand. Put your hands on the car.
We never learned the driver's name, but it sounds like Trooper Price mentioned expired or fake tags when the suspect asked why he was being pulled over. In the end, the suspect was arrested and likely faced charges for fleeing, resisting arrest, and a laundry list of traffic violations.
Pulled me over.
All this 20-year-old driver had to do was pull over, and his life would have been a whole lot easier. Sure, he would have faced charges for the illegal items in his car, but he could have avoided felony fleeing charges and a nasty car accident. Instead, things went from bad to worse on December 6, 2023, in Escambia County, Florida. The chase began near a Circle K gas station when a highway patrol officer noticed a red Nissan Altima with illegally tinted windows. The officer tried pulling the car over, but Antoine Booker, the driver, had other ideas. Because he had illegal substances in his car, along with an automatic handgun and a bunch of incriminating drug paraphernalia. Police knew they had to stop Antoine before he hurt someone or himself. The stakes were high, and he wasn't making it easy, but he pushed his luck one too many times with another sharp right turn. This time it went wrong. The Nissan skidded, flipped, and landed on its roof.
Headed towards the end point on. 26 on the monitor, and I heard the white powder.
What you can't see in the footage, Antoine tried to throw the drugs out the window when the chase first started, but police returned to the Circle K, where they found a baggie of powdery substance that tested positive for xylosine, a veterinary tranquilizer often mixed with opioids like fentanyl. That wasn't the only thing they found. Illegal substances and a Glock 17 pistol, modified to fire like a machine gun. It's safe to say Antoine was in serious trouble. He was arrested and hit with charges for aggravated fleeing, possession with intent to distribute, and possession of a machine gun. Police later discovered that the Nissan was a rental, but Antoine wasn't the one who rented it. And what's the connection between them and Antoine? That's still unclear. When it comes to classic car sounds, nothing compares to the roar of a speeding Chevrolet Corvette. Since their debut in 1953, these American legends have only gotten faster. With every engine upgrade and chassis innovation, the Corvette has evolved into a true supercar. But on December 16, 2023, Arkansas State Trooper Caleb Peavehouse learned firsthand just how fast these muscle cars can really go. Trooper Peavehouse spotted a black Corvette blasting by at a jaw-dropping 100 miles per hour. With no time to waste, he hit the gas, putting his own cruiser to the test to keep up. But as soon as the driver noticed the flashing lights behind him, he decided to slow down, but it was already too late. Not only was Trooper Peavehouse about to nail him for speeding, but he also spotted an illegal license plate cover. Lucky for him, the cover wasn't enough to hide the tag, and he was able to read it back to dispatch. At this point, the suspect knew they were in deep trouble, but instead of stopping, they decided to see just how much horsepower their Corvette had left, and that's when it was game over.
Good. I left the Circle K here on 271.
Give me 21 when you get the chance.
Now, Portsmouth, 1037.
33.
Eastbound on 0, coming up to Old Greenwood.
Good boy, down 0.
I've still got him inside, so he's going probably 140 by now. I'm at a little over 100.
I'm coming. I'm about to take 0.
The suspect's high-powered engine shot them over a hill, leaving Trooper Peavehouse in the dust. The Corvette's speed let it climb faster than Trooper Peavehouse could have imagined. Unless someone tipped him off, he'd never know if the suspect took a turn or just kept flying down the road. To his credit, Trooper Peavehouse didn't give up. He kept searching for the Corvette, even though finding it was like looking for a needle in a haystack. Other officers joined the search off camera, combing the area, but the video ends before the suspect is found. The good news? Trooper Peavehouse got the tag number, but there was a twist. It was a temporary Oklahoma tag. That means it could have been fake or switched out by the time they found it. So in the end, the scoreboard looks like this: Corvette 1, Cops 0. Teenagers and dumb decisions, they go hand in hand, and this 18-year-old from Shenandoah, Texas, made one of the dumbest decisions of his life. On June 14, 2017, he and his buddies decided to rob a Home Depot. Store employees quickly spotted the 5-man crew loading up around $5,000 worth of merchandise into a black Dodge Charger and a white Toyota. As you'd expect, the employees called the police. When the cops showed up, they watched the getaway cars smash into each other, and the Charger bolted through the parking lot. And that's when the chase kicked off.
Well, I'm chasing Henry Victor X-Ray 4968. Pulled in behind Sam. Plays with myself and 11 out of 2. Front of Street Creek. Red shirt, white shirt, 2 barbells. Running towards Home Depot. 2810, I think he's trying to get out toward the feeder road here northbound. We have any units? northbound.
Unfortunately for them, the energy ran out pretty quickly, and they were arrested off camera. Meanwhile, other officers were in pursuit of the white Toyota, speeding down I-45. The Toyota made a quick turn off the highway, managing to elude the officers waiting on another road. When they finally caught up, they found the Toyota abandoned. The driver was nowhere to be found, and it's unclear whether they could link the car to any of the suspects. Given the circumstances, there's a good chance the getaway cars were stolen for exactly this kind of situation. As of 2024, it doesn't seem like police in Shenandoah ever caught the other three robbers. As for Devontae and Daryl, they faced multiple felony charges, including aggravated assault against a public servant. Under Texas law, their short-lived crime spree could see them locked up for the rest of their lives. August 8, 2023, Glendale, Wisconsin. A sharp-eyed loss prevention officer at Kohl's spotted something suspicious. People filling up carts without any regard for sizes or prices. It didn't take a genius to figure out what was going on. This was a grab-and-go robbery. Enter 29-year-old Lil Cherry Gallion and 27-year-old Robert Hill. The duo wasn't exactly trying to hide their crime. Lil Cherry was caught fleeing the store with over $2,300 worth of stolen goods in her cart, rushing to the waiting SUV. The pair wasted no time and tried speeding off, but this wouldn't be your average getaway. Their smash and grab quickly turned into a demolition derby in the mall parking lot. The chase picks up speed, but then, boom, they accidentally take themselves out. Let's jump back into our female officer's squad car to see how it all unfolds. Despite the damage to their SUV, the officers kept pace as Hill continued speeding, now on the wrong side of the road, with 4 flat tires and extensive damage. It was only a matter of time before that SUV wasn't going anywhere.
Coming back in the correct lanes of travel, southbound on Court in the correct lanes, coming up to Hampton.
North 50 miles an hour.
Coming up to Hampton right now. Speeds are 450. We're going to go westbound on Hampton.
Losing 80 crashing. 24 seconds.
Hill finally made a desperate run on foot, but was quickly subdued after a short chase. Meanwhile, Lil Cherry, still holding on to the stolen goods, stayed behind and was arrested at the crash site. In the end, Robert Hill pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 2 years in prison. Lil Cherry also pleaded guilty and received 1 year of probation. As for the third party involved, the charges were dropped by Glendale police. It's one thing to race your McLaren at over 150 miles per hour down the highway. It's another to do it while drunk. November 12th, 2017. In the early hours of the morning, Dwayne Pope decided to test the legal limits through Alpharetta, Georgia, in northern Fulton County. As Pope flew down the road, he caught the attention of a patrolling officer on Georgia 400. The officer clocked the McLaren at 150 miles per hour and immediately threw on her lights and sirens. But instead of speeding off, Pope did the most unexpected thing. He pulled over. At this point, things take a dramatic turn. The officer cautiously approaches, not knowing what to expect. She informs Pope that he was clocked going 155 in a 65-mile-per-hour zone. Then she asks, "How much have you had to drink tonight?" His response, "A few drinks." That was all it took for the officer to see the bigger picture.
Where are you headed to so quickly? Let me see your hands. Keep your hands up. Where are you headed to so quickly? Okay, why did you not stop when you saw my blue lights behind you? You didn't see my blue lights. Alright. Alright. 340, can you start so you can open there? Alright, you're all over the road as well, failing to maintain your lane. Alright. I got behind you, I turned my blue lights on way back in Alpharetta. You took off on me.
Pope failed several field sobriety tests and, unsurprisingly, refused to take a breathalyzer. He was arrested and hit with DUI. speeding, failing to maintain his lane, and driving with an expired tag. To top it off, officers noted that Pope was driving so fast, when he finally pulled over, his brakes were smoking from the intense speed. October 29, 2022, Arkansas State Trooper Nathan Williams was cruising along when he spotted something that immediately grabbed his attention. 3 supercars tearing down the highway, 2 Dodge Challenger SRTs and a Mustang GT, all likely racing each other. Trooper Williams knew there was no way he could pull all 3 over, so he played it smart. He used the cover of night to stay behind them, keeping his distance until he could get close enough to read their license plates. The black Mustang complied and pulled over, but the white Challenger Mustang had other plans. It wasn't about to be caught.
Expired August 23rd.
Trooper Williams pushed his car to 140 miles per hour, trying to catch up, but the supercar pulled away with ease, disappearing into the night. Trooper Williams might have lost this round, but he didn't lose the war. Thanks to those plates, police were able to track the Mustang to a nearby apartment complex. Trooper Williams rolled up with a squad of officers, ready to confront the driver and impound the car. Unfortunately, the video cuts off before the confrontation, but it's clear that the reckless drivers didn't get away scot-free. They likely got a visit from the Arkansas State Police a few days later. Street racing in Arkansas is no joke. It's a Class A misdemeanor, the most serious misdemeanor you can commit. Get caught street racing, and you could be facing up to a year in jail and a $2,500 fine. It's not every day you get to see police chase footage from Russia, but today's your lucky day. On August 19, 2013, a Moscow police officer spotted a mint green Nissan GTR weaving through traffic at high speed. Without hesitation, he flipped on his lights and sirens, but the driver wasn't having any of it. He refused to stop. Meanwhile, his partner in the passenger seat was busy recording the chase on their phone. Looks like Russia doesn't have the luxury of police dash cams like we do.
Делаем остановочку вправо делаем, 327, на обочину останавливаемся, 327, на обочину останавливаемся, аккуратненько, делаем остановочку вправо. 953, 2242. Прекрасно вообще.
the chase unfolded, the driver reportedly shouted, "Sorry, I couldn't hear you because the music's too loud." Some people on the internet weren't buying that excuse. Did you catch the vanity plate on the dashboard? It reads Tequila, which happens to be the stage name of Russian rap star Alexander Ivanovich Tarasov. Now, Russian commenters on the video are speculating that this might have been a publicity stunt. While it's not confirmed whether Tequila is indeed behind the wheel, he does bear a striking resemblance to the guy in the video. Fast car, gorgeous girlfriend, slick sunglasses. It checks all the boxes, right? Flagler County Commissioner Joe Mullins allegedly thinks he's above the law. This wasn't just a one-time thing. He's been pulled over twice for speeding in his luxury cars on Florida highways. On June 19th, 2022, a Florida Highway Patrol officer clocked Mullins speeding at 92 miles per hour in a bright red Ferrari. The officer pulled him over, completely unaware of who he was dealing with. But listen to the difference in tone between the officer's calm, collected demeanor, and how entitled Commissioner Mullins sounds. During the stop, the officer mentions a previous warning from another traffic stop earlier that month. Mullins was caught going 89 in a 60-mile-per-hour zone. 2018 Mercedes-Benz SUV.
So 92 miles an hour is 22 over the speed limit, okay? Normally I get warnings, I get a break, but it looks like you've been written a warning already, so I do issue the citation. With that being said, it's going to be payable within 30 days. 3 ways to take care of it. I'm sorry? I run the county. You run the county?
Mullins allegedly told the officer that
I just have to explain your options. I don't want any miscommunications, I just have to explain.
And Mullins faced a crushing defeat in the Republican primary, losing by over 60%. We're guessing his run-ins with the police didn't
take the
help his
basic driver
re-election.
improvement course, it'll actually take the points.
June 17th, 2024, Fort Myers, Florida. Highway Patrol Officer Fernando Sierra was cruising south on I-75 when he spotted a black motorcycle with an obscured license plate. Not only was the rider speeding, but he was darting through traffic like he owned the road. Officer Sierra didn't waste any time and flipped on his lights. Now, check out how the biker briefly thinks about stopping, but then decides to take off. "21-year-old Joseph Owens, the rider, later claimed that he wasn't trying to run. He was just on his way back to work when Officer Sierra pulled up behind him. In his mind, driving over 120 miles per hour and weaving through lanes with a police officer in pursuit didn't count as running. But something about that equation just doesn't add up. He was definitely running. But here's the kicker. Why? Joseph didn't have drugs or weapons on him, and there's no indication that he had an active warrant. He wasn't a criminal mastermind, just an average guy who made an incredibly dumb decision that day. May 24th, 2023, Georgia. This unbelievable moment was caught on police body cam. A car speeding up a tow truck ramp on a Georgia highway, flying through the air like a Hollywood stunt gone wrong. The car landed into another vehicle traveling in the same direction. Lowndes County Sheriff's deputies rushed to assist the driver. A 21-year-old woman was behind the wheel. Miraculously, she survived the crash, but was hospitalized with serious injuries. Police investigating the exact cause of the crash say this serves as a stark reminder of Georgia's move-over law. This law requires drivers to switch lanes when emergency vehicles are stopped on the shoulder, ensuring everyone's safety. February 14th, 2022, Pennsylvania. In a heart-stopping moment captured on Dashcam, a runaway tire barrels down a Pennsylvania highway, smashing into a parked police cruiser. The tire, which had come loose from a passing truck, bounced directly into the windshield of the Spring Township Police Department vehicle. Miraculously, the officers inside escaped without injury, though the cruiser sustained significant damage. The truck driver was not cited, as authorities deemed it a freak accident. Thanks for riding the adrenaline wave with us here at Mind Rush. If you're hungry for more heart-pounding action and edge-of-your-seat excitement, don't go anywhere, because we're just getting started. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more mind-blowing moments coming your way soon.